my channel. This week I am bringing you a holiday themed video. I'm going to be making some food inspired decorations as well as a bonus cookie recipe at the end of this video. But before we get started, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up so that way we can keep on growing. Now our first task is to get some garland for this tree of mine, my very New York City apartment size tree. Don't be fooled, it is on a table and it's only 3 feet tall, but I love it dearly. So we're gonna be making some fruit garland. So let's get started.
So to make fruit garland, you're gonna need fruit. So I've got a big bowl of citrus fruit here and I'm just slicing them as thin as I can. The thinner the better because they will dehydrate much quicker in your oven. And then once you have all of your pieces cut down, you can go ahead and just put them on a baking tray. And then these are going to go in the oven at 200 degrees for at least 2 hours, depending on how thick your pieces of citrus are. Okay, now that you have everything dehydrated, you're going to take some string, some twine, and you're going to start making your garland. So some of the fruit is going to have natural separations where you can just put it right through. And then sometimes you have to make a hole. So I'm just using a little pin here. It's actually like an ornament hook. They're perfect if you have them on hand for the holidays. And you can just make your own hole. And then voila! This is what it looks like when everything is all strung together.
Oh no. I'm back and I have my fruit garland. This was like very fun to make. It might be my favorite one out of the video, so you watch the other things I have in store and let me know which one is your favorite and comment down below. But this was so fun. I think it's so pretty and it's all citrus fruit, it's colorful, and it was just really easy to do. Although I will say, this is something I could see myself doing like yearly because I had a lot of fun. It's a little DIY, it's food, and I love food. However, I had my oven on like all day, hence why it is now nighttime. Now don't get me wrong, like some of the bigger pieces that I cut could have been cut thinner and they wouldn't have taken so long to dehydrate. However, I would probably shell out like 40 bucks for a cheap dehydrator and just like set it overnight and do that instead if I'm gonna cut them thick. So probably like dehydrator or mandolin would be like a best bet for like speeding up the process. However, because it was only 200 degrees in the oven, like it wasn't that big of a deal. Next time I feel like I would just like wake up super early, put it in the oven and just like let it go all day. I kind of did that today, but I could have started earlier for sure. However, let me know what you think. Now that we've done our first holiday DIY food-based decoration as thing, we're gonna move on to our next one, which are peppermint ornaments. Let's go.
Now we're going to make some ornaments. So I'm gonna start with taking some mason jar lids because I don't have cookie cutters. If you have cookie cutters, you can go ahead and use them. So I have a bunch of peppermints and then I'm just spraying the insides of my mason jars so that way they don't stick. You would do the same with cookie cutters. And then I just filled them with the peppermints and also the lids were super slippery from the spray. And I'm flipping the lids over here because when the peppermints go in the oven, they're gonna melt down and I don't want it to get caught on the lip of the mason jar. So it should take no more than about 8 minutes to melt these down. And then after they cool for a little, you can just use a knife or a dowel to make a hole. And then you're able to string through the hole and make an ornament. I did have some trouble not cracking some of them when I was popping them out of the mason jars. However, these two did survive and I was proud of that because I really liked how they looked and I would definitely try it again.
Okay, as you can tell, only 2 ornaments survived. However, I kind of do love them and I think that next year I will probably just get some cookie cutters and do it that way. The mason jar trick definitely worked, but I think some of my lids were they just broke when I tried to get them out. Now I will say I was not only impatient but also like I needed to be paying more attention in order to make this be flawless. However, the 2 ornaments that did turn out, I absolutely love. I think it's super fun. Now I wish there were more, but that doesn't mean I can't make more, and it's cool. It's also like a good craft. If, you know, you're sick of making cookies and you want to do something else, it's really easy because you just put a bunch of peppermints in the oven. They shouldn't take long, so you just gotta make sure that you watch them. Once they've kind of melted down, that's when you wanna just take them from the oven. Usually about like 5 to 8 minutes is about how long they take to melt down. But I love them. I wish I had more. Maybe I'll make more later. And now we are on to the last part of this video, which is the bonus cookie recipe. Now this recipe is not my recipe. I will have it linked down below. However, it is one of the hundreds of thousands of cookies that my mother makes during Christmas time. Thumbs up if you want to see more cookie recipes with her in an upcoming video. That would be a lot of fun, right, Mom? Maybe be on camera this time. But we're gonna make some chocolate crinkle cookies. So let's go.
So we're gonna take all of our ingredients and we're gonna just put them into a bowl. First, the wet ingredients with the sugar, and with the eggs, you wanna just crack them in one at a time and then mix in between each egg that you've added. And once you've done all of that is when you can go ahead and add your flour and your baking powder and your salt. And then eventually you will realize that you did indeed forget the oil, and you'll add that back in before covering and refrigerating for at least 3 hours. And then after you're done refrigerating, you want to just line a baking sheet, and then you're going to take your cookie dough out of the fridge, and I'm just using a 1 teaspoon to scoop up a serving. Then I'm rolling it into a ball, and then I'm dipping that in some powdered sugar, and then I'm putting that on my baking sheet.
So I didn't get any B-roll on purpose of the cookies coming out of the oven because, if you couldn't tell, they're the size of my head. I'm sorry, Mom, I don't know what happened. They're definitely cooked, but they spread. I'm thinking because I had my oven on all day, the temperature was just too warm for them, so they did not stay solidified and, you know, as smaller as I thought. I also probably just put too much batter, but let's find out if they taste good. Okay, this tastes right. Oh, this is so good. Okay, like, maybe it's like not that big of a deal that they're huge because come on, they're still tasty. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. I had a lot of fun just like doing some DIY crafts and sharing some recipes with you guys. If you haven't already, have a cookie today, have some Christmas desserts, and be sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up so that way we can keep on growing. Bye! This fell off earlier. It's kind of hard to put on. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. I got it. Now, see you later! Go decorate your tree!